in the dark, spinning tales from the void, never bought. Step into days and that shit's so wild, where chaos rules and sanity's exiled. Tech toys and gadgets fill the air. Superheroes talk without a care. In this realm of wires and might, late night sessions feel so right. Insanity's dams we all embrace, a smile found on every face. Dave's Dimension, here we roam, a place where minds can freely comb. Second toys blend in the fray, superheroes light the way. Dave's Dimension, here we roam, a place where minds can freely comb. Second toys blend in the fray, superheroes light the way. Unbox the wonder, see them shine. Every spark a moment in time. Gadgets speaking in mystic tones, Dave's world where the unknown's known. Chaos reigns with vibrant glee, insanity's harmony set us free. From gadgets grand to heroes tall, Dave's Dimension answers the call. Dive deep into the pixel sea, unveil secrets so free. With techniques the fantastic sprawl, Dave's name echoes in the hall.
Hey guys, welcome back again in Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another edition of Tuesday Night Talks. I hope everyone's having a great week. It's been a little chaotic. We're going to touch base on that. Excuse the noise. I'm actually in the process of printing some mini puffs. Stay tuned. But we have a lot going on, guys, as always. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday night. I know Tuesdays tend to be busy. We may be moving the stream to another day. That's right. We might be moving it to another day. So, I'm still getting used to the new OpSpot camera that we're using right now. So, as you guys can see from the title, we have a few things to discuss about. Unboxings, sports, and more, of course. Now, I have to do it. I gotta represent my Buffalo Bills. This week was not the best. That game was just heartbreaking. I don't blame the team. I mean, I hate to be one of those people, but, you know, I'm not necessarily blaming the Chiefs per se, but something's got to be done about the officiating in the NFL. When even the color commentators on TV are pointing out the bad calls, that's just something. That's just something you can't but help. I mean, the NFL and this officiating really need to take a long, hard look and maybe restructure in some shape or form. That's all I gotta say. We got the one, the only nerd affiliated Hey Archer in chat, guys. Don't forget, every Thursday night at 8:15ish p.m. Eastern Time, go ahead and check out Hey Archer on Thursday nights on the Nerd Affiliated channel. So go ahead and please check that out. That mic is coming in a little bit hot. Okay. Let me know if that sounds a little bit better. How does that sound? Yeah, the gain, I'm still getting used to a lot of the stuff that we have here. So, let me know how that sounds. Love the camera. Oh yeah, this the ObsBot Tiny 2 Lite. It's a very affordable 4K camera. It's got a lot of different things where we can do like little hand gestures, hand controls. And you can set it to a lot of different functions. Like literally I could stand up, you know, sometimes the tracking needs to be played around with just a little bit. But yeah, it is a fun little camera to play around with. I think you adjusted it the wrong direction. I can hear a fan. No, you can hear the printer. That's kind of why I had the gain up a little bit. I had the gain up a little bit to try and drown out the printer, so. Let's see. He says that's hilarious. Hey, it works. It works. Does the camera move, or is it in its own body? No, it moves. Let me actually do this. Now we have the C1 or C922. This way you guys can see the camera. So it's on its own little gimbal right there. So it will move with me. See if we can get it up there. So yeah, it will move on its own, which is kind of goofy and crazy. Let me just add this. Let's just add this camera so you guys can see. So yeah, it moves. So it's a fun little gadget I have. It's cool. It's fun. It's fun for the whole family. We got Ultra Cardizilla in the house. And I did not know the live had already started, as I thought it would start at 9. No, I actually had to start it earlier. Because roughly around 10 or so, I'm going to be cutting off the stream. Because, well, Archer already knows. There's a nice little update to Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, and me and the crew are going to be hopping on it tonight and playing, you know, our little gauntlet. We're going to be playing some bounties, so it should be fun. It's going to be interesting to see how the Boogeyman story goes. So I hope everyone's doing good. I know on Tuesday nights it's kind of a hard sell to you know get people in, because there's a lot of large communities that stream on Tuesday nights, so it's a bit hard, you know. Not as hard as that loss this week to the Kansas City refs. That was a brutal game. I hate to be that person, but when every team is losing, and they lose very close, and the officiating is put on blast by the commentators, by everybody and their grandmother, you can't help but just say, yeah, you're right. There's something that has to be done about the officiating. Do I blame the Chiefs? No, not necessarily. Because just because you have a few bad apples doesn't mean it's the entire team. But yeah, there's definitely people in power on that team that I don't know what kind of a hold they got or what. Personally, I've never been a fan of Mahomes. I think he is an arrogant, blown up, egotistical. Well, that goes hand in hand with arrogant, let's be honest. He just thinks that his crap doesn't stink. I'm not a fan of him. I am friends with people who are Chiefs fans. Nothing against them, but it's just that certain players, namely Kelsey and Mahomes, that I can't get over. I just can't. Without turning into a rage-filled demon, I cannot. Because we hear all these stories of Mahomes' wife verbally attacking the way some Bills fans behave. I mean, if you're at a football game, I mean, anyone can shout anything and everything. I mean, go to a wrestling event. But you can't damn the entire fan base just because there's a few people that are quote unquote crossing lines. And let's be honest, you go to a football game, okay? The whole thing with Kelsey and his girlfriend, Swift. I mean, why every commercial break do you have to shoot, go straight to show off Taylor Swift or to show off this person? It's football. It's about the people on the field. It's about the strategies on the sidelines. Okay? It's about any given Sunday, anything can happen. It's not about who's dating what pop star. Perfect example, Buffalo Bills, our star quarterback, Josh Allen, the guy who defies gravity, defies physics, he has himself a girlfriend, or now fiance, who is a actress and a singer. Okay? She does amazing things, and she isn't technically in the MCU, technically speaking. But at Bills games, do we see focus and attention on her? No, because she's sitting in the stands with his family. She's being like a regular everyday person. You go around Western New York, you could see her at our local supermarkets. She's an everyday person. She doesn't think that she's better than everybody else. That's the big difference between the Bills and the Chiefs, let's be honest. But, it is what it is. Let's go into chat here. We got Kenzo's Creations. Screw the Queefs. Exactly. And honestly, I am a little bit down because of the Bills, but my second team, my backup team, is in the Super Bowl. That's right, Philadelphia Eagles. Fly Eagles fly, baby. Hopefully we'll see them win. I would love to see that. Let's see here. Everyone's saying hello to Kenzo's Creations. You guys definitely got to check out Kenzo's channel. This guy's got some amazing content. I mean, dude's got an amazing killer collection. You want to talk about collecting? Check out this guy's channel. Nerd Affiliate says, "Is this related to Taylor Swift?" LOL. Who the hell knows? Everyone's saying hello to Kenzo. Ultra Carzilla is coming next week in the mail from Etsy. I will be receiving my custom 1/18 scale heads and 1/18 scale hollow ODST helmets from a good friend, Spartan 118 MX, to complete my Marauder style ODSTs. Very cool. I know you're working on that. Not anymore. It's about the bullshit ratings, and all the little Swifties are pushing those ratings up. I mean, it's... Yeah, I guess it, you have to look at it like, okay, because Taylor Swift is into football, like all her fans are into football, so I guess there's a ratings going on there. But it's like, come on now. I mean, as of late, I would rather watch Raw, Monday Night Raw, than I would some of the games lately. I mean, the Bills, they fought hard, and yes, some of the coaching staff needs to be reevaluated. They're like, every time they scored a touchdown, they were trying to go for the 2-point conversions, but it wasn't working. They would have been better off just kicking the field goal and moving on. It would have been a slightly different game, and sadly, they didn't learn that lesson until far too late, which is really messed up. It's frustrating, it's annoying. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, there's always next year. This was a crushing defeat for the Bills. Not physically, but spiritually. Seeing Josh Allen on the sidelines after that last drive, and he just was, you just saw him sitting, like he was he was just looking off into the distance. He wasn't even facing the field, and I don't blame him. I mean, it was a crushing defeat because everybody and their grandmother, in the beginning of the season, we're talking crap about the Bills, but the Bills came back. They kept pushing. Josh played with a fractured hand, broken hand this year, and he still played amazing. He could still run the ball. He made records this year. And don't get me started on that BS contest of MVP, because that's a whole other thing all onto itself. But I mean, the Bills, they went through a lot of adversity this year. They showed people like, hey, yes, here we are, we're back in the playoffs again. But ultimately, it came down to the Chiefs. And here's one thing, as far as the commentating, seriously, if anyone has a petition to fire Tony Romo, every time he is commentating, he is bashing the friggin' Bills. Every time he's commentating for the Chiefs, he's praising them like there's no tomorrow. I mean, I'd like to think that color commentators, should not have a tremendously focused bias against one team or the other. I mean, sure, you might have your favorites, but call the plays down the middle. Don't look for specific examples, or I mean, he was verbally targeting them the entire time, and I wouldn't be surprised in this day and age if that didn't qualify as some kind of harassment. Personally, I can't stand him, and I can't stand I can't even think of the other guy's name. But Tony Romo, I don't know anyone that actually likes his commentating. I mean, he's just this arrogant, blown up. You know, you can't do anything anymore, so it's like, if you can't perform, you teach, right? Well, in sports, it's like, well, if you can't play anymore, or if you can't play at all, you're gonna commentate. It's just the worst. It's just the worst. Let's see here. Collinsworth, that's his name. Him and Collinsworth are just, they're total D-bags, man. They're total D-bags. I'm not a fan of them. I'm always going to root for my Bills. I'm born and raised in Buffalo. I live in what's called Grand Island, New York. But I'm born and raised. I'm always going to bleed blue and red. Even though I'm also an Eagles fan. So I'm going to be rooting for my Eagles for the Super Bowl. I think everybody and their grandmother is going to be rooting for the Eagles, because, let's face it, the Chiefs are pretty well hated right now. They really are. The Chiefs are they're along the same line of the Patriots years ago. They're really hated, man. They really are hated. It is what it is. But I grew up watching the Bills. I grew up watching those 4 Super Bowls in a row. The Giants, the Redskins, aka the Commanders, and then those 2 Super Bowls in a row where we lost to the Dallas Cowboys. The Bills have always been an underdog team, and the fact that, I mean, this could have been a blowout of a game. Look at the Commanders getting blown out, just being destroyed. It could have been that kind of a game. But if you look at it, every year when it comes to the playoffs, and when it's the Bills versus the Chiefs, it is a very tight game. I mean, anything could have happened either way. You look at the past several years. That's something to be said. Did Romo point that out? No. He was talking about all the negatives about the Bills. It's already defeating, okay? The fans feel terrible. The very next day on sports radio, you heard tons of fans calling for the heads of the various coaches and coordinators. I mean, and it's got to be the worst, because that's when the players know that their season is truly completely over with. And as far as the Bills, they get so close every year, and they just can't get past that. And whether it's officiating, whether it's poor coaching, there's one thing after another, and after a while, it's got to be pretty damn defeating. I honestly, my fingers were crossed for Josh Allen and the Bills this year, because Josh was playing amazing with a friggin' broken hand. He got engaged to an amazing actress and singer who's an amazing all-around person. Things looked like they were just coming up all aces, and I was kind of hoping that maybe this would be the Bills' return to the Super Bowl. Sadly, it's not happening this year, but I feel really bad for them. For the players, their spirits have to be defeated, and some of them, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few players in the offseason who are maybe looking at their contracts, maybe looking to say, well, hey, it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen with this team. Do I go elsewhere? Do I look around? And honestly, I don't want any of the players to really leave the team. I don't want Josh to leave the team, but I wouldn't blame him if he at least looked around at his options. I mean, that's real talk. That's what a commentator will do. Even though I'm a diehard Bills fan, I'm still looking at the reality of what does this mean for the players? What does this mean for the team? I mean, you have to look at both sides, both, every angle, any and all probable possibility. You have to look at every single angle. When you're talking about a subject, you have to look at every perspective. Now, there are a few channels out there that don't do that. I ain't gonna say no names, but not everyone does that. There's a lot of biasness on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, on whatever social media platforms you're on. There's always going to be a little bit of bias. Kenzo says, I was rooting for your Bills after you wiped the floor with my Broncos. I still can root for Vaughn. Yeah, it's that. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the thing is, the Bills respected the Broncos, okay? The Bills respect when there is a knuckle dragging, just a whole knockout of a game. When it's a close one, it's great. I mean, it drives a lot of anger, a lot of frustrations. Accidents can happen. But, I mean, not for nothing. I mean, sometimes those knuckle dragger games are some of the best games around. I mean, I remember a Bills game from years ago. Bills were behind. It was Bills versus Colts. They're like 3 touchdowns behind. They scored 3 touchdowns within 2 minutes of play. 2 minutes of regulation, they came back with 3 touchdowns. Of course, it was interception city, but it is what it is. But I remember those kinds of games. I just think that the NFL really needs to look at their rules. They need to look at all the different situations and scenarios. I mean, half the time you heard like Collinsworth, or you heard someone talking about like, hey, that play should have been this, not that. What's going on here? When you hear the commentators who are usually bashing the Bills say that, that's kind of a pretty damning situation right there. And either Goodell needs to step down, retire, let someone else come in, or he needs to put his foot down and needs to say, okay, we need to look at officiating. Maybe we need to clean the entire slate right now. That's seriously what they need to really think about is, hey, or at the very least, if he's not doing it for the reason of, hey, something's going on here, he has to at least acknowledge the officiating at games have not been the greatest. There have been so many controversial calls this year, not just with the Bills, but with many other teams, and they really need to take a look at it. That's just how I look at it. That's my perspective. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, guys. How's everyone else doing? Anyone have any awesome pickups this week? I was thinking of doing some unboxes this week. What do you guys think of doing some unboxing? Now, I have choices. Now, if you notice in the back shelves right there, I actually have Falcon and Captain America, but I might save those for something else. We also have Bloodstorm, courtesy of Dre the Collector Safe Space. And we also have Doc Greer from G.I. Joe Classifieds. Do I open up those, or do we want to open up a hot toy? I'll leave that up to you guys in the chat. Do we want to open up a hot toy? Let me know if you want. Got cartoon fake? Oh, Faker cartoon collection. Very nice. Very, very nice. Also, I want to bring up there's a good friend of the channel and of the community known as Just Jeff. Jeff is a great guy. He's kind of, I don't want to say he's down in the dumps right now, but a good friend of his is not doing well. So I want to bring that up right now. Now, I want you guys to go ahead and check out, I'm going to pull this up right here. Let me share the screen real quick. Not the first time, won't be the last time. Okay. So, those that know Just Jeff, he is a character of a guy. He's a great guy. He pops up on a lot of people's channels. He's a collector, but more importantly, he's an animal lover. He has an emotional support dog by the name of Dobby. Dobby is not doing well. Okay, Dobby is facing some dire situations, and well, Just Jeff is going to be doing a 24 hours for Dobby. That's right, he's going to be doing a 24-hour stream. And let's go ahead and check it out here. There's also, if you go, now I have a link to this video in my stream description below. So if you want to go ahead and check it out, go ahead and click it, save the link, and go ahead and watch it. He talks about his buddy Dobby, who is not doing well. As he likes, right in the description right here, Dobby is his friend, his fun time guy, his sweet cheese, his pal, his friend. Dobby unfortunately has been admitted to veterinary hospital in order to help him with pancreatitis, with the pancreatitis he's developed. Now, Jeff has a GoFundMe right here. Okay, so if you guys want to, if you feel the need, you want to help him out, Jeff has already raised $2,500. His goal is $3,000. Can we get him there? He just needs $995 more to hit the goal for Dobby. Okay, now that's the cost of his treatment, but I'm sure there's going to be additional costs. So guys, if we can pour on the love, pour on the support here, all it takes is a little bit, and it goes a long way, guys. He's already raised $2,500. There's Dobby right there, guys. Here's a picture of Dobby. Here's the video, of course. Jeff goes into detail here. Now he is going to be doing something tremendous. Okay, now I'm going to pull up some information right here. Let me just pull up this. Now, what Jeff is doing is, let me see if I can pull this up. Here we go. So, as you guys know, his doggo, his emotional support pup by name of Dobby, he's going through some dire straits. And guys, go check out the video. He's going into details. Plus, the 24-hour stream they're going to be doing, they will be giving away prizes and giveaways. Okay, so if you want, I mean, one, yes, you can win some cool stuff, but what's more important is Jeff's dog. Okay, now some people might be saying you're talking about a dog. No, if you ask me, it's not a dog. That's his buddy. That's his kid. Okay, as a cat dad, we have 3 cats: Monty, Olive, and River. You guys hear me talking about Murder Cat? That's River. Olive, she's the scaredy cat middle child. Monty is 14 years old. My wife is always worried that, you know, this is going to be the year that we lose him. You know, when you bring an animal into your home, it's not just an animal, it's family. Okay, guys? It is family. So, guys, please help Jeff out. This is his kid. This is his partner in crime. You know, this is his reason for getting up in the morning. Please help Dobby. You know, help Dobby out. Like I said, you don't have to donate, you know, $50, $100, you know, $200. Whatever you have. If you have $5 here, $10 there, every little bit, every nickel, every dollar, every dime goes a long way, guys. So please consider helping out Jeff. I have the links in the video description below for both his video and his GoFundMe. So please go ahead and check that out. It's a great cause, and stay tuned to Jeff's channel for more details. Again, his channel is Just Jeff. So go there, go check it out. If you like some content, he's got some wacky content, some interesting perspectives on just about anything and everything. Also, he's a fellow Ghostbuster fan, so please go ahead and check him out. That is Just Jeff on YouTube. He is currently at 417 subscribers. Show some love. Share this video to your YouTube, your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, everything. Share it to your mama, your baby mama, your grandmama, your parole officer. Share it out to everyone and anyone. Let's help Jeff make a difference, and let's keep Dobby going. Let's get Dobby feeling much better and keeping him around Jeff much longer. I mean, look at Jeff. I mean, he's pouring his heart out here, so please consider helping him make a difference, and let's help Dobby. 24 hours for Dobby. Just go out to Just Jeff for more details. And I believe Oz of the Clubhouse, Mr. Ostradamus Toys, is also going to be bringing that up on this Saturday night's Clubhouse. So please go ahead and check it out, guys. That's all we can ask, guys. Just go ahead and help make a little bit of a difference, guys. Let's see here. Ultra Carzilla says, from Target, I went to look for WWE Elite Royal Rumble 2025 wave, which I sadly didn't have or didn't find, but I did finally get the Jurassic Park World Hammond Collection, Allosaurus, and JP93 Classic Nedry and Raptor. There you go. Picked up Naked Mikey from Last Ronin. Oh, okay. $10. Yeah, wasn't it a Walmart deal, I think? I think I saw you posting about that. That's a pretty good pickup. Archer is rooting for Hot Toy. He was, just a He-Man with white paint on his eyes. But I like it. Nice. Now, by the way, did you guys check out Mega J Retro with Titan Toys yesterday? They had a really awesome video premiere. It was a video premiere, not necessarily a live stream, but Jay was in the chat responding to it. They went over some pretty awesome stuff over at Titan Toys. And guys, if you're not following Titan Toys, what are you doing with yourselves? Come on. I'm going to see if I can pull up the channel right here. There you go. Titan Toys. Let's pull this up right here, because I want to share some love with some great guys doing some great stuff in the community here. Right here. There we go. So Titan Toys, they had a very awesome stream talking about everything from Joy Toys Turtles to some McFarlane's, namely the Power Girl Wave, and a whole lot more. Guys, go ahead and check out Titan Toys. Mega J rocking it out with a buddy here, going over just tons of stuff. So guys, don't miss out. Follow them, and please check out TitanToys.com. They got some killer stuff here, guys. Anything and everything you're looking for, you can find at Titan Toys. Definitely please support them and show a little bit of love and get yourself a little bit of awesomeness right here. They got everything you can think of. If you're a card collector, they got you covered. They got Gundams. They got everything, guys. Everything and anything. The toys that they were showing off, though, let me see here. See if we can pull up Joy Toys. Seriously, these have me wanting to pre-order. I believe these are 4-inch figures, but they look sick. I mean, the Krang itself looks friggin' phenomenal. Like, I seriously want to drop coin on this. I really do. But we'll see what happens. I gotta watch some finances in the next month or so, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's killer. I mean, some of the stuff here is killer. Check out this April O'Neil that they're rocking out. I mean, yeah, you can see the joints right there, but you know what? For the most part, she looks pretty friggin' awesome. She's got her turtle communicator. She's rocking some black gloves like she's about to kick some ass. And she's got a lot of accessories here. A camera instead of a video cam. They got the video cam right there. Very cool. She's got little Mauser robots. Little piece of a Dio piece. I mean, for $43, I mean, we've paid a lot more for a lot less. So definitely go ahead and check out Titan Toys, both on YouTube and on the World Wide Web at Titan Toys. That's Titan, TitanToyz.com. So go ahead and check them out, guys. No, I have no affiliation with them. I'm just trying to share some love. So let's see what else we got going on. Speaking of Hot Toys at Nerd Affiliated, I highly recommend you check out Rebels, Reptiles, and Games live stream this Sunday, as he has his Hot Toys Coffee live Sundays. Every Sunday, Rebels, Reptiles, and Games. Ed from Rebels, Reptiles, and Games, usually him and Gary's Grails, will enjoy some morning coffee while talking about 1/6 scale figures, not just Hot Toys, but just about anything and everything going on 1/6 scale. So please go ahead and check them out. Show a little bit of love and rock out with them with some morning coffee on Sundays. Sundays are also pretty busy. You got morning coffee with them, or should I say the Hot Toys coffee, Hot Toys and coffee with them. You also got Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern time. You have the Lego Steads on the on Salacious Rum's channel. If you're a big Lego fanatic, go ahead and check that out. There you go. Ultra Carzilla says just created an account for Titan Toys, so one day when whenever I do order from them, there you go. They are very awesome. I do believe they're based out of Toronto, over Canada, which is only a short drive for me. I mean, it's maybe an hour drive or so. We'll see. But they got a lot of killer stuff right there, guys. I mean, some of the turtles they have, like, look at this Toka. This friggin' Toka looks friggin' phenomenal. I mean, we got the foot emblem on the belts right there. Toka's got like a friggin' anchor on his friggin' back. He's got this like brass knuckled blade right here. He's got a musket with a blade. Just friggin' Billy Badass, man. Looks amazing. Like I said, Jay and Titan Toys, they did an amazing video. So go please check out them on YouTube. Go check out Titan Toys, guys. That's all I can say. They got a lot of amazing stuff and some very awesome perspectives to look at. So go ahead and please check them out, guys. That's Titan Toys on YouTube. They're at 753 subscribers. I mean, come on, guys. There's like another 247 that can subscribe and get them up to 1,000. Why not? But let's see here. What else do we have going on? Now, guys, of course, why do I have to let me take off my other camera? There we go. And of course, speaking of YouTube, what are we going to talk about? Well, this past week, two crazy guys who haven't done a live stream of on a certain channel in a very long time, over a year, did their triumphant return this past week. I think you know who they are. Who are they? The one, the only, the Outer Dimensions podcast. That's right. Dre and Dave made their triumphant return this past week. We did a live stream, and this week I think we're actually doing Poltergeist this week. I gotta get an update with Dre on that one. But this past week we did a little stream on Tokukatsu and Sentai, and it was Dre and Dave with special guest Brick Something. So yes, guys, we are bringing guests onto the streams now. But as you can see, the nice little new intro. We are covering VR Troopers. We also covered the Marvel Japanese Spider-Man. And of course, the 1970s Spider-Man we also covered. So guys, we are definitely back every Friday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. You can go and check out the Outer Dimensions podcast or catch us on Replay Squad. Now, these streams are being simulcasted on the Outer Dimensions podcast channel, so please go ahead and check that channel out, guys. Please help us grow the channel. And also, it is being simul-streamed also on Dave's Dimension, so you can catch us on either of those two YouTube channels, guys. But please go ahead and subscribe to the Outer Dimensions podcast. There we are, the three of us chopping it up right there. Dre at the bottom, Brick Something, and of course me right there, just cutting it up, talking about, because I mean, these shows were nostalgia. We are talking about doing more shows, possibly doing some 80s episodes of movies and TV shows, guys. Because the Outer Dimension podcast, when Dre and I conceived it, it was centered around movies, but now we're branching it out to TV shows and more, guys. So please stay tuned for that. We're even talking about having some more cultural type discussions, and also talking more collectibles. So guys, stay tuned for that. So what's everybody doing in the chat, by the way? Let's see here. We got about 4 watching. And by the way, guys, please consider sharing this stream to your friends, your family, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I will always call it Twitter. I'm not going to call it the X. That sounds a little bit too close to home. I don't know. but we have a lot going on, guys. Now, I know Archer voted for a hot toy, but do we want to do a little Marvel unbox, or do we want to do the hot toy? I need to hear from you guys in the chat. Do we want the hot toy, or do we want something else? Let me know. And also, I have more than one hot toy. I have Doctor Strange, but I also have Integrated Suit Spider-Man. So let me know which one you guys might want to see. And by the way, also, while you guys are maybe contemplating that, the other thing we posted on... Whoa, what was that? Okay, let me just close that out. Now, the other thing I wanted to bring up was, well, there we go, Brando, Chili Gamer Boy himself, Brando Calrissian, the keeper of the Ewoks. How are you doing today, Brandon? So, Brandon, you haven't been around a little bit. So, Tuesday nights, I do Tuesday night talks. It's just a little hangout stream. We got a few people hanging out, talking toys, talking movies, talking anything and everything you could possibly think of. And what we're doing is this week we talked a little bit about my Bills. Moment of silence for the season. It is what it is. But we're also talking about, well, we're showing off my new camera. God, I love that. I play with this thing all the time. You have no idea. We also have some hot toys to open up. I'm debating right now. Do we want to open up Doctor Strange from No Way Home? Or do we want to open up Spider-Man Integrated Suit from No Way Home? Both are deluxe collecting hot toys, so... yeah, Brandon was rooting for... everybody was rooting for the Bills. Let's be honest. Everybody in a grandmother was rooting for the Bills. But sadly, it just wasn't in the cards this year. Now, Brandon, you being a sports guy, being a coach, how do you feel about the NFL right now? Okay, I'm really curious to hear your thoughts in the chat. Or, guys, as always, the link is in the video description below if anyone wants to hop on screen. The portal is always open. But Brandon, do you think that the officiating is something that the NFL needs to look at this year? Do you think that the officiating needs to be re-examined? Maybe the slate cleared and they start over? Do you think a restructuring of the officiating is necessary this year? Or do you think that technically the Chiefs were just the superior team, as so many people like to say? And when I say so many people, I'm talking about the clickbaiters on Facebook. So let me know what your thoughts are. I'm curious to hear. Oh, here we go. Hate it. I pretty much stopped watching NFL, NBA, and CFB. I believe that's Canadian football, and all of it because of officiating and greed. See? So it's not just the NFL, it's everywhere. You see it because let's be honest, the NBA is just one big basketball commercial, right? It's one big sneaker commercial with everybody. And you're always getting the big names. Look at baseball, okay? Do you know why the Yankees win? Because Steinbrenner drops the money left and right. They spend so much money. I used to jokingly say that the Cowboys were the Yankees of the NFL. I swear, I literally used to say that. There's so much of that going around. And the Bills right now, we're paying for a brand new stadium for the Bills. And it's just heart-wrenching for the fans when we're rooting for the Bills. The Bills seem to have this resurgence. They get so far, but then they keep getting cut off. And honestly, is some of it the coaching for the Bills? Sure. Like I said, going for those 2-point conversions, I think it hurt the Bills more than it helped them, because they lost out and then they didn't get the points. It's just, I don't know. It feels like things would have went different if we didn't take that approach. Some of the coverage was terrible. Josh did everything he possibly could. He's one person. He's only one man, and he can only do so much. But again, it is what it is. Okay, Brandon, I literally said this earlier that I'd rather, I mean, as the NFL is right now, I'd rather watch Monday Night Raw than watch half of the games out there. I literally said that earlier, and here you are pretty much echoing that sentiment that he says, I've pretty much moved to just going to WWE events and watching it on TV. There you go. There you go, man. I mean, it is something. And by the way, earlier in the stream, I did mention that I am considering moving the stream to another night. I am considering possibly Monday nights. Now, the question is, if I move the stream to Monday nights, would you guys like to have a kind of a hybrid of Tuesday night talks mixed in with wrestling, where maybe we're doing live reactions, like a watch along with Monday Night Raw, while talking figures and anything and everything else? Let me know what you guys think about that. Brandon says, I went to 2 WWE shows this past year, and now I get to go to a Raw 2 weeks before Mania. Wow, that's very cool. Now, who are you hoping wins the Rumble this year? I want to know who are you rooting for, since everybody is kind of jumping in on it. We got Cena doing his farewell tour. There's a lot of craziness. Now, I live in Grand Island, New York, which is a short skip and a jump from Niagara Falls. And of course, Niagara Falls, we go over the border. What do we have there? We have, let me see if I can pull this up over here. We have a special pay-per-view or a live event, I should say, that's coming up in Toronto. Tempted to kind of see how much tickets would go for the Elimination Chamber. So yeah, that's going to be in right there at the Rogers Center in Toronto. Kind of tempted. I'm not going to lie. I'm really tempted, but it's just not going to be in the cards with finances this year. Just not in the cards. But it's kind of cool that we're getting some of the live events back around Western New York area. I mean, Toronto's always sells out. It always does. It's an amazing. I mean, Toronto's a great area. It's an amazing city. There's always tons to do around there. I love going to Fan Expo every summer. There is a Fan Expo coming up in March, but sadly, budget-wise, we cannot swing that this time around. So we're going to be maybe fingers crossed for the summer. We'll see what happens. The wife and I usually do different cosplays. Was it last year? I did my Captain and the Game Master. So if you're a vintage Nintendo guy, you might like that. Okay, Ultra Cardazilla says he's hoping for John Cena, CM Punk, or Jey Uso to win the Royal Rumble. Oh, so you're hoping for that yeet factor. I don't know. I think they might let John Cena do it because this is last year. We'll see what happens. Punk, I mean, I can't. Here's the thing. I love CM Punk. Don't get me wrong. I love CM Punk, but I don't see him as that wrestler, as that guy. I really don't. I really don't see him as that guy. I mean, he's great. He's great on the mic. He's great with the storylines, but I can't see him being that kind of a technical wrestler, that believable. Now with Cena, this is his last go, so storyline, you make him the face. I can definitely see that happening. Jey Uso. Jey has come close so many times. It would be cool to see that. But I don't know if I can see him going all the way. I think I can see him being one of the definitely the featured wrestlers for most of the matches. I mean, he's definitely coming out onto his own, but I just don't see him being that much of a push. I just respectfully can't see that right now. Brandon says they are going to be insane, definitely. I hope Cody Rhodes beats Kevin's fat slob and wins, so the feud between the two could officially end. Yeah, I mean, it's everything that Kevin Owens has been doing is just a little bit. It's a remix of stuff like the shirts he's been wearing. They are parodies of shirts from way back in the day. So It's going to be interesting to see what exactly happens there. As for the Women's Royal Rumble, I either want Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Naomi, or Bayley could win in the Royal Rumble. Definitely. There you go. I honestly don't know who I want to win. I'm one who just enjoys the whole experience. Maybe Sammy, but I don't see him winning. Okay, I definitely get that. But here's something for you. We know that WWE and was it TNA or is it AEW that they partner with a lot? Could we see a certain person when you say his name and he appears? Is that someone we could see popping up? You know, if we say his name and he appears, could he show up? What do you guys think? Do you think if we say a certain name, he will appear? I'm curious. If someone said Joe Hendry, do you think he would show up? I mean, could he show up? I'm just saying, it's a possibility, right? I mean, it's always a possibility. Hey, Ricardo. Ricardo's in the house. Hey, everyone in chat. Ricardo, what's for dinner tonight? Ricardo's always making some of the best dishes, man. It is Taco Tuesday here in the Dimension. We have some very cool, some good tasting tacos. I decided to spice it up with a little chipotle sauce. So I enjoyed it. It was very cool, very tasty, I will admit. Ricardo, great seeing you, buddy. There you go. Everyone saying hello to everybody else. TNA. Yep, TNA. There you go. I think Joe will be in the Rumble. Or Nick Nemeth, formerly Dolph the Zig. The Zig-Zag-Zig-Zag. We'll see. Oh, there we go. We got Joe Hendry. See? He heard his name and he appeared. He heard his name and he appeared. Oh, mic issue there. Sorry, guys. Look out. Oh, we got Rick. We got Rick in the house. He's a Rick house. So Ultra Carzilla is saying hello to Joe Hendry. We got Rick from Left Coast Graphics. Because why is he Left Coast Graphics? Because we all know, Rick, we know your slogan. The left coast is the best coast, always. So show some love to Rick and Left Coast Graphics. Rick makes some killer pins. He's got some killer designs, some killer pins, graphics. He's got tons of stuff. Go ahead and check out his channel and his links. He's got some amazing links for his amazing merch. Go ahead and check it out. We got Joe Hendry saying he believes in Dave's Dimension. Thank you, Joe Hendry. Oh, fajita tacos. There you go. There you go. Everyone's saying hello to everybody else. But yeah. So yeah. I mean, wrestling it's cool that we have wrestling on Netflix. I can watch wrestling again because I cut the cord a couple years ago. Sadly, I tried to cut the internet cord to Spectrum this week, but it's not happening. Long story short, what happened was my work computer does not, the VPN and the computer itself does not work well with that internet. Now, I swear by T-Mobile Home Internet, you just plug it into a regular power outlet. There's an app that helps you angle it at your window so you get the perfect reception. Now, if you call them or you go to the store, they'll say, well, you're probably looking at getting maybe 300 megabytes. I was getting 900 megabytes download speed. Okay? I was getting 900 megabytes download speed and like 140 upload. But sadly, because it doesn't work with my work computer, because of some programming on it, it just isn't going to work. So I'm kind of, well, SOL. Yeah, here's one of the screenshots of what I was getting. Oh, come on. 802 down and 129 up. And that is a $35 internet. You just plug the box into a regular electrical outlet, no cable connections needed, and it has two Ethernet ports and Wi-Fi that works in one floor apartments. They do have a $45 version that comes with a mesh extender, so that'll cover 2 floors. So, I mean, if you're looking for a good internet substitute, and depending on your area and signal coverage, and you get to test it out for 15 days, guys. So it's kind of a no-brainer, guys. It really is a no-brainer. Since you're mentioning tacos, Ricardo, I'm very hungry. There you go. Now, Rick, if you're still in the chat, Left Coast Graphics, are you looking forward to Peacemaker 2? I'm looking forward to season 2 of Peacemaker. I really am. It's been what? Is it almost 2 years since it came out, or about a year and a half? It feels like it's been like 2 years. The reason why I asked Rick was when Peacemaker came out. We actually had a Peacemaker review show going on. It was a dude's nerdery, Left Coast Graphics, and yours truly, just hashing it out, talking about the awesome music, talking about the great, just the awesomeness of the show. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the show, but I'm not looking forward to Superman, mostly because of the leaked images and footage. I hope I'm going to be wrong. I hope it's going to be a great movie, but we'll see what happens. Yes, Reacher comes out February. I'm looking forward to it. There's a Reacher sequel. There's a spin-off show coming out that's going to be Neely, so she's getting her own show, which should be interesting. But yeah, there we go. Rick is saying, oh, there we go. Ricardo's saying, I haven't watched. Ricardo, we gotta talk, brother man, we gotta talk. The first season of Peacemaker, you gotta watch it. Forget the Suicide Squad movies. Peacemaker is hilarious. You will be laughing your ass off. I'd say Peacemaker kind of rivals The Boys, but it's more comedic than The Boys. You will love it. It is just amazing. You have to watch it. You're gonna love it, man. You're gonna love it. Did I miss anyone? Oh, Megadan. Hey, happy belated birthday, Megadan. Megadan collects. There you go. Friction Internet costs $70 and it's the cheapest. Ugh. I don't know if I've heard of that before, but I'm guessing it's not a great thing. I could be wrong. Yeah, he says Peacemaker, Reacher, and Andor 2. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Andor 2. I enjoyed the first season of Andor, regardless of what people say. I enjoyed it. And I mean, come on. They brought in Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis does not do anything that's terrible. I mean, it was a different kind of Star Wars, and that's the problem. Some people get too stuck in their heads. Like, a lot of people are damning to hell the Star Trek Section 31 movie. I haven't watched it yet. I do plan on watching it this week. But people are damning it because it doesn't resemble their version of Star Trek. Dude, it's 2025. Star Trek started out in the 60s. Bro, it has to evolve just like everything else. Just like everything else, it has to evolve. Star Trek doesn't have to take place on a starship. Hello, Deep Space Nine. I mean, we can have there are Star Trek novels out there that do not revolve around ships, that revolve around dark and twisting stories like you wouldn't believe. So before you start commenting, before you start damning something to hell, maybe you should do a little bit of research and have a little bit more understanding to it. I've seen a lot of people picking it apart who say that they're Trekkies, but they say, oh well this thing called Section 31 is supposed to be this or supposed to be that. Bro, Section 31's been around in canon for a very long ass time. So just do your research, take your time, do it right, and then review it. That's how I feel. But yeah, you definitely gotta watch the first season of Peacemaker. Trust me, You will thank us. You will thank us. It has some great great music selections. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you know, look at the guy behind it. He always picks perfect music. James Gunn is great at picking out soundtracks. He really is. We got Rolando, the multiversal moderator in the house, saying hello to Nerd Affiliate, Ultra Carzilla, Kenzo's Creations, Chili Gamer Boy, Ricardo, Megadan Collects, Left Coast Graphics, and saying hello to It's Joe Hendry. But yeah, we have just about everybody and anybody. Taco Bell. See, here's the thing. Taco Bell, if you don't really have any Mexican places around the way, that's the only exposure you have to any kind of Mexican light type food. I mean, me growing up, like we have this chain called Mighty Taco here in Buffalo. It's a Western New York thing, but they ship all over the world. They're okay. Okay, they're like a flavorful version of Taco Bell, because Taco Bell will make you blow up your toilet. Let's be honest. Straight talk. It will make you blow up your toilet. But then you go to, we got this place called La Galera. I'm always getting the chicken fajitas, man. The quesos. That's my thing. My wife though is chimichangas. She loves her chimichangas. But we also got this place called Elmwood Sub and Tacos, and they got some fire sauce like you wouldn't believe. It is actually pretty damn good. But that's the thing here in Buffalo. I mean, you get a nice spicy kind of a sauce. You can use it for tacos or for wings. It's a win-win, guys. You know how we do it here in Buffalo. Let's catch up on everything else. Please watch the Tom Green documentary. He made on Prime. Oh, okay. I did not know that was a thing. We're going to have to check that out. We got, what else we got going on? Ultra Carzilla saying, hey, Megadan Collects. I meant freaking internet. There you go. Megadan says, I got some news to share, some good and some bad. I was bitten by my new dog, Toby. It was not his fault. And I got SPD Blue Ranger Lightning Collection figure from a friend. Awesome. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Ricardo says, I heard that it's good, Super Dave. I just really got burned out on watching superheroes after Endgame. Here's the thing. Peacemaker is the exception to the rule. Let me explain. One, it's not overly a superhero show because Peacemaker is just a human. He's just really good at killing people, and he's kind of an idiot. So he's a lovable moron who just doesn't know what he says and says all the most inappropriate shit you can imagine. It's got that Suicide Squad kind of vibe. Of course, you got Amanda Waller, and you got some really great actors in here. And a lot of it is just really fucked up situations. So, and the thing is, no one on the team really has powers for the most part. Okay? Nobody really has powers, but everyone keeps screwing up left and right. You got Robert Patrick as Peacemaker's father, and I don't want to spoil it, but damn, it is a good-ass watch. It is a good-ass watch. I do get about being burnt out with the superheroes, because let's be honest, there has been hit and miss when it comes to Marvel. It's really been hit and miss when it comes to Marvel, so I fully get that 100%. 100% I get that. Ultra Carousel says, Andor is the only Star Wars series after Mando Season 2 that I'm interested in, and do not need to watch Season 1, even though I wish the Terminator Zero composer was the one composing the soundtrack for Andor. Yep, there you go. See what else we got going on. Let's see here. Loose connection, unfortunately. Taco Bell has apple empanadas and cinnamon crispies. That's probably something my wife would like. Left Coast, there you go. See? I highly recommend Peacemaker, James Gunn's finest work. It really is. I mean, not for nothing, Guardians is great and all. And it's got some cry, some just rip out your heart moments like in Guardians 3 when Yondu dies. Spoilers. But Peacemaker is you will die laughing, Ricardo. you'll laugh your ass off like there's no tomorrow. There are so many messed up situations in Peacemaker that you can't help but laugh and say, just what the, just WTF moments left and right, but in the best way possible. The writing on it is amazing, and guess what? John Cena is freaking hilarious. John Cena, not only is he good at doing the action, but he is freaking hilarious. He is funny as hell. Like you never even saw before. He's so hilarious in it. It's great. Megadan says, Ultra Carzell says, Megadan, I fortunately do have the blue SPD Ranger new inbox with A Squad Blue, and I still haven't opened it yet. And I got it mainly because Big Bad Toy Store had it in a lot with Red Space Ranger and Astronema. See, that's the thing right now. I have those figures. I have them loose. I have all my Lightning collection pretty much stored in a bag right now. I don't know what I'm doing with my Lightning collection Power Rangers, because there's going to be no more Lightning collection figures. So I kind of just like, well, what am I going to do with the collection? I have so many teams that are uncompleted. What am I going to do with them? So I'm like, I have them on, I have them stowed away in a bag, in a box. Right now, I do have my Super 7s Power Rangers and my 3-0 White Ranger and Green Ranger up, but that's pretty much it. Those are my Bandai Morphers. That's the thing. It's like Power Rangers, it's like Hasbro did a terrible job with the paint and sculpts. Oh, the civilian heads, that is. So right now, a lot of my Power Rangers stuff is just set aside. So if anyone is interested in figures, you can message me on Instagram at Daves_Dimension, or email me at DavesDimension78. We'll work something out, man. Throw me, if you want the whole bundle of figures, I can take pictures of the figures, and you can throw a number at me, and we'll ship them out to you guys, if that's something you want. Okay, let me see here. Ultra Carzilla says, what is it? Here we go. Nerdophily says he's back. Okay, Carol Ann. I heard Taco Bell. Eat Kiddo Taco Bell. There you go. I will look into it tonight. You kind of piqued my interest in it, Super Dave. Trust me, at least watch the first 2 episodes. Do that. Watch the first 2 episodes and see if it piques your interest, okay? By the way, they make fun of DC big time. DC and its heroes, they make fun of them, okay? I think you'll like it. I think you will. Since, let's see here. Ultra Carzilla says, Megadan collects, I needed the Red Space Ranger as he goes for a lot loose by himself, as I want to have a full Space Ranger team in Lightning Collection. All I need is yellow and black Rangers. I could take a look, see if I have. Though they would be loose, though. Ultra Carzilla says, so, since 2025 marks the 20th anniversary of Power Rangers SPD, I do plan to throw down the core members, especially green, pink, and yellow SPD Rangers. Yep. They're definitely must-haves. The only problem is it's easy to lose their morphers. It's very easy to lose them, sadly. I speak from experience. So guys, I talked about a couple things on the stream already. Now, one thing that I'm pulling the trigger on, guys. Now, I've been an iPhone user for several years. I think my last Android phone was the Note 9. Was it the 9 or was it the or is it the 21? It might have been the 20. So I've been an iPhone user for a number of years until now. Your boy is giving up on iPhone. Okay? Hear me out. Now, as a content creator, a lot of us are kind of like, well, I want the best cameras. And let's be honest, it depends on your conditions. It depends on how you're recording. iPhone has a lot of great cameras, but sometimes the zoom, and sometimes you see comparison videos like, oh wait, this looks more green, but this one looks a little bit more focus. what do I want? Do I want vibrant colors? Do I want more focus? Do I want more detail? Oh, this AI filter helps with this opposed to this. Or, oh, now you can erase images. You can do that on both phones. But here's the thing. My main focus when it comes to cell phones is two things. I look at the camera. Hello, I'm looking at you. I look at the camera. And I also, let's see here. And I look at the power, the battery. And now, I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now, I'm going to be trading this in. And I am looking at going for, are you ready for this? Here we go. Let's see if I can pull this up. I'm actually looking to jump over to Android. I know. For shame, right? I'm looking to jump over to Android and going for the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Now, there's a lot of talk about this because the S Pen no longer has the Bluetooth function, so you can snap pictures remotely. But guess what? If anyone has ever bought like a cheap tripod, usually they come with a little Bluetooth, little dongle device that you can sync up to your phone, and then you can use that as a trigger to take your photos remotely. So that is a workaround for that. As far as the pen hand gestures, I've never had experience with that, so that's not an issue for me. The cameras look pretty good. Now, I have seen that they don't always perform the greatest at night, but I don't tend to do a lot of recording at night. And even if I was, your boy has a GoPro that takes amazing footage. So I can always use my GoPro for some of that stuff. Okay, so there are workarounds. It does have the best battery around. It has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So that's part of it. But here's something else that's going on. So let's say we wanted to get this, right? Let's say I want to pre-order it. I'm going to go right here. Okay, now the phone. Now they're throwing this auto discount in here. So instead of $12.99, it's actually $4.99. Kind of funny. Now here, take a look at this. $51.46, right? $51.46 is what they're saying what my monthly payments would be, right? Let's see here. Here we go. Ricardo says, does anyone have Marvel Legends X-Force Penance figure they want to get rid of? I want to make a custom figure. Ricardo, I would message Dre. I would message Dre because Dre is getting ready to move. He's also been trying to go through a lot of older figures. So ask him. He might have something. He might just have something there. Mega Dan says, by the way, Dave, I wanted your team and my team in the Super Bowl. Screw the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, honestly, my wife wanted the Bills versus the Lions. That would have been interesting because she roots for both teams. And I kind of wanted the Eagles versus the Bills. But right now, it's going to be the Eagles, which is my second team. My Eagles fly, versus the Kansas City Refs for the Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens. Archer says, don't go to the dark side. But they have cookies and bacon. Come on now. Ricardo says, thank you, Super Dave. Anytime, man. We're family. Come on. But here's the thing. Looking at this, now looking at T-Mobile. Now, if I go to T-Mobile's website, we're going to do that right here. Now, I am on the Go 5G plan, the Plus plan. So, if I want to get a new phone, actually, we're going to pull this off to the side so I can log in so you guys don't see my credentials. You know how we do it. I want you to see my governments. Really? Frack it. I need a new keyboard. Okay. Oh, I have caps locks on it. There we go. That's my problem. Okay, so let's just pull it up right here. Nope, you don't want to see that. Okay, now they want my security code. So let's do this. Let's do this, eh? Okay, here we go. Spinning wheel, survey says. So, now, let's say I want to go to pre-order this, right? Now, I can do an upgrade. Now, this is like a, what, $1,400 phone right here, okay? So, let's say I want to do... Now, see, this is just the S25. We want to go to... Let's go to cell phones. We're going to go to the Notes, right? Or the Ultra. I keep saying Note because it looks like a Note to me. That's how retro I am. So, $12.99, or if we want the 512, it goes to $14.19. Okay, so it's already cranking up the price on there. So I can choose color. Always bet on black. Wesley Snipes taught us that. I'm going to hit upgrade, and then it'll give me an option to upgrade my phone. Now, after everything's said and done, I'm looking at paying maybe about $17 a month. Okay, so I'm looking at about 17 and change a month after I'm done with all the deals. Because right now it says $25.83. This only gets me $345 trade-in value, so that's going to offset the $1,000 trade-in promotion that they have. However, if I do this, okay, if I go here, okay, get this, you can jump to the larger capacity for the same price point. Their website, I can still do the upgrade through T-Mobile, but I can do it through Samsung's website. Get the 512 without paying more, which is great. Okay, I can do my trade-in value, get the $1,000 promotion that T-Mobile's doing. I select the brands here, Apple. I select iPhone 14 Pro Max, and for security reasons, we're going to put in my IME information. There you go. Survey says. And what they'll do is I'm going to get a quote. There you go. I'll show you guys right there. So $345.55. So I do get the 1,000, right? Okay, now my monthly price for the phone is going to be $9.79 right there. I mean, that's a pretty damn good deal right there. That's a good deal. Plus, I can also score extras because now they're giving me credit. They're giving me credit. So if I hit pre-order, I'm going to hit no coverage because I never do coverage. I can get a case. I can score some almost $180 earphones for $78. But see, I have credit down here that I'm going to be able to use. So that wipes it out. Just hit cancel. So I'm going to select that. That's selected. $1 and change left. So after taxes, I'm probably going to be looking around about roughly about 108, 110. So it does work out. Now, if I want to do an iPhone, here's the thing: the iPhone trade-in is only $830. I'm going to wind up paying more if I want the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So there's that. So that's a big thing right there. See here, don't join. Ultracar Seal says, "Don't join the dark side. Join Skynet. Take over the galaxy." There you go. Skynet is superior than the Galactic Empire, as Skynet has better soldiers, better Terminator vehicles, and an example of it are Moto Terminators, as they are superior than biker scouts in speeder bikes. There you go. Let's see here. Brando says, I switched from Verizon a while back from when the Google Pixel was a big thing. I moved to AT&T and I got the 16 Pro Max and I'm paying $62 a month including the device and plan. So we are basically paying about $150 a month for both of us, me and the missus, and then I'll be paying like an extra $10 or so for the phone if I do the Samsung direct from the site deal. So there is that, okay, which is great. However, that's the thing. Like I'm not moving to Verizon because we had Verizon once upon a time. We had terrible terrible signal here. I had to have my phone on Wi-Fi in the apartment in order to make phone calls. That's how bad Verizon signal is on Grand Island. However, as far as the AT&T stores around here, like, they do these massive credit checks. Like, it's weird that you have to have, like, really great, for both of us to get on the plan, we have to have really good credit. I mean, it's a weird kind of a thing. I don't know if it's a New York State thing or what, but it's, I don't know, like, AT&T was trying to make us go through hoops. Now, if this was Ohio, I think it would be easier for us to do it because her family has AT&T. So, I don't know, it's a whole thing. It's really weird. The Empire has Darth Vader. That's all we need to terminate Skynet. Verizon was off seat. Yep. Captain Spaulding. We got the captain himself, Ruben. Hey, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing good. Popping through the chat. Appreciate you, man. The Skynet has time displacement equipment to send Terminator infiltrators back in time to prevent something from ever happening. So do I. I mean, I do have a TARDIS. I have Sleeping Angels. Or Weeping Angels. I have a whole plethora of DeLoreans up there. I can time travel anytime I want. It's a thing. Okay? I can time travel anytime I want. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. So, now, who here... I got a question for everybody. I did tease a unbox. Now it's about 9:36. Do we think we can open up a hot toy within 20 minutes, or do we think we want to do the hot toy next week? I want votes in the chat tonight or next week for the hot toy. Do we want a full stream for the hot toy? Or do we want to do a rush unboxing tonight? I want to know your guys' thoughts in the chat. Also, it is 2025, guys, and Stream for the Cure is in the planning stages right now, guys. Stream for the Cure is in the planning stages. Now, those of you who've been with me for a long while, Rolando, Brandon, a lot of you guys, including Archer, you guys know I do Stream for the Cure every year. I am planning to do Stream for the Cure again this year. However, I'm going to need your guys' help. What I want to do, what I'm proposing, is usually I do a 10-hour or an 8-hour stream. What if I try to do longer? What if I try to do a 24-hour stream? Would anyone be down for that? And also, would you guys be willing to participate? Now, I don't just mean by donating to Stream for the Cure for Ride for Roswell, but I'm looking at possibly, I don't know if we're going to be able to pull it off, but I'm looking at trying to organize a 24-hour stream where people like yourselves can come on and take over the channel for an hour or two. How would you guys like that? Because I always say that we are the Dimension, and this channel would not be here if it wasn't for all of you guys. So I'm asking, who would like to do a dimensional takeover for an hour? Would anyone out there like to participate and help us with a 24-hour fundraising stream for Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Institute? I'm planning this around possibly April. We're probably going to do this sometime in April. It's going to be a 24-hour stream, possibly starting at maybe midnight on Friday and taking it all the way through to midnight on Saturday. Just a thought. Now, it would be a 24-hour stream. I am also looking at the possibility of, would anyone be interested in doing the Hot Ones challenge with me? I'm looking to do possibly the Hot Ones challenge, where we would do random questions back and forth until we work our way all the way through the sauces. Okay. I am also looking. Of course, we also have we do have one mega prize we're giving away. We will be giving away a Star Wars hot toy. That is right. There is a Star Wars hot toy we will be giving away. And the way you're going to enter that in is just like always. You have to donate to the Ride for Roswell. Of course, the more entries, the better the chance you have to win. Archer knows about those Star Wars hot toys. I think this would be a pretty fun companion piece for you to win, Archer. I'm just saying. So we have a lot of great stuff coming through the pipeline. Don't forget, guys, every Friday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasted on Dave's Dimension and the Outer Dimension podcast. The Outer Dimension podcast has returned. Dre and Dave and the occasional featured guests will be talking about movies, TV shows, and a lot more. I believe Dre and I are looking at doing the Poltergeist movies, both the original and the remake. So guys, please stay tuned for that. Let's take a look here. Ricardo says, I have a face for radio and a voice for silent movies, so I want to be good for a live stream. Ricardo, don't sell yourself short. I have had people on streams before who barely could say a word. Now, if you want, Ricardo, if you want, you can do this. You could have just a logo. You can just have an R on the screen and not your actual face if that's how you feel. You can still pop on here and participate in the discussions. Okay? I'm just saying. YouTube is for everybody. There's a lot of streamers that will do this. They will just talk, but not have any kind of a face on the screen. I mean, Rolando did that for a long time. You know? Hot toys. Yep. Rolando's excited. So, yes, we have a certain Star Wars hot toy we will be giving away for a Stream for the Cure later on this year. And I'm hoping you guys are going to help make this one of our best years yet. Last year was not a great year, but it was not a great year financially for a lot of people. There was a lot of craziness going on. But I'm hoping this year we will come back and make a major difference. Every year we make a major difference for Roswell Park and Comprehensive Cancer Institute. But I'm hoping this year we can really come back and make a massive effort this year. Also, right now I am not planning to do the Canadian route this year. I am actually looking at doing one of the country routes. Now, what's going to make that weekend very crazy is there's also the Nickel City Comic Con here in Buffalo. There you go, Rolando. Thank you very much. You got the Ride for Roswell site right here. I was about to pull it up myself. Let's pull that back up. So here's the Ride for Roswell, June 28th. That weekend there's also the Buffalo's premier Comic-Con, the Nickel City Comic-Con, which I usually volunteer at as part of the Buffalo Ghostbusters. However, that Saturday is the Ride for Roswell. So here's the crazy question. Do I do both? Do I get up early in the morning, do my ride, get done around maybe 2 o'clock, and then try to head to the convention center and then work there till maybe 6? It'll probably be a tight one. So yeah, you can already sign up to participate. You can ride 4, 30, 100 miles. There's all these challenging. Now here's the routes. Okay. Now let's take a look at the routes here. I've never done the 4-mile route. I signed up for the 10, wound up doing the 20. I've done the 30. I've done the 44-mile Canada route. Okay, just to show you guys, in case you haven't seen it, I start downtown Buffalo here at actual Roswell Park. Yep, there's Anchor Bar right there. So I go over the Peace Bridge. Let me actually toggle this with a satellite. Yeah, there we go. So just to show you guys, we start right at Roswell Park. This whole area is Roswell Park. This is how massive Roswell Park is. We start down there, head over to Canada, and we ride along the Niagara River on the Canadian side until it leads us all the way to Niagara Falls. This is the falls right here. It's a succession of different falls. And then I ride back over the border, U.S. side, all the way until I get through Tonawanda to Amherst and the University of Buffalo campus. And technically, this is where I live. So I could have just rode home, which is the hilarious thing. Okay, that's the 44-mile ride I've been doing for the past couple of years. However, I am looking at possibly doing the 45-mile country route. It's only 1 mile more. So let's take a look at that one. Now this one also has different start times. Let's go switch to Google Satellite right there. So I'm going to start at the college again. We're going to start here and we finish here. Now, the big difference is there is higher elevations that I will have to climb on. Oh, it's not showing it. Why are you not showing that? Let me fix this real quick, guys. It did not show that. I apologize. Hey, Collecting with Cool. Ultra Godzilla says if I ever pop on, I would either have my logo shown or have my camera on, but wear a mask and like the Playmates T1000. There you go. I mean, personally, I have masks, but hey, you guys see my ugly face all the time, so this is my mask. So bad, man. No, I'm not. So this is the 45-mile country route right here. Now, if you notice down here, this is the elevation I'll have to work on doing. Okay. So just to show you guys, right? Let me zoom in right here. So this is very rural, very country. This is basically going through Akron. This is like all farmland out here. So I'll be riding all the way through. Now they do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stops here. That's how big this thing is. They have 5 separate stops until you make it all the way back to the University of Buffalo. So this is going to be more of a challenge than the Canadian route, because the Canadian route, it's more leveled, and that one usually takes about maybe 3 or 4 hours. So it's going to be interesting to see how I do with the 45-mile route. So I'm looking at doing this one. Like I said, it goes to a higher elevation. You start out with a lower elevation, and then you're going to be going up. So there's hills for me to go through. And there's also merging traffic. So yeah, this is going to be more of a scenic route, because it's going to be more rural, like I said, going out to the country. Very nice. I mean, large, just like kind of middle of nowhere. You know, it's not very urban. It's more rural. Until like on the way back, you get a lot of your family neighborhoods. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this one. I'm either going to do this one, or there is a 35-mile one, depending on if I'm trying to do the Comic-Con at the same time, because I would be working the Comic-Con. The 34-mile route is very similar. It's just they cut out a big section of the other one. There is a 65-mile route that starts at the 45 actually starts at 6:40. So if I do about 4 to 5 hours, I'll still get done around 12. So yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to consider. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this. And so yeah, we are doing the ride for Roswell again. This year, I'm working on a lot of different ideas. Well, I'm hoping you guys will help support it. Collecting Cool, of course. Brett's in the house. I hope everyone's doing good today. Now, let me see here. I'm just checking my messages here to make sure, see if we have time to play. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to wrap this up by 10 o'clock. So guys, how do you feel about helping me out? Do you think, guys, what do you think about a 24-hour stream? Am I nuts? Am I crazy? Am I deranged? Am I insane? Well, we know I'm all of those, let's be honest. So And also, I do plan on bringing the GoPro with me so you guys can actually see the footage of Roswell. I didn't edit the footage last year like an idiot because I got lost with being busy with Ghostbusters Day in the beginning of June. Nickel City Comic Con, I just got lost I just got lost. I lost I was drained. I was going through some bad stuff with the job I was at the time. I was just mentally not in a really great place, to be perfectly honest. But we'll see what happens. This year's a much better year. The place I'm working at is really great. They're really great people. The only thing that's been sucky is I can't have my T-Mobile internet. Oh well, it happens. It's a thing. Let's see here. Collective Cool. Brett says, busy. Ricardo just winding down. There you go. Left Coast dealing with a dead hard drive on my good Mac. Ugh. Whenever I hear dead hard drive, I always just cringe. Moment of silence. Always a moment of silence. I'm not cringing at the Mac. Really, I'm not. Rick is saying, Brettster, hey! He's saying, sup, Brettster? That's why, guys, I should actually show you guys. I'm actually what I'm printing right now. So, some of you guys have seen this before. The printer interface I have. So this is my Bambu Labs printer. I'm printing a batch of mini puffs right now. And this is the first batch I've done since I've installed the enclosure on the printer. Usually half of these would have been destroyed by now because of being unstable. Because when you have a printer that is an open area printer without a shell, it's hard to keep the temperature in. And it's hard for the bed to stay hot so that the plastic adheres to it properly. So this time I have the enclosure, and it looks like this whole batch of mini puffs are actually going to come out. Now it takes about 18 hours for me to actually print these. As you can see, I'm at 78%. I could crank up the speed, but I don't want to cause any damaging of them. We have about 3 more, almost 4 hours. I love this. I really do. I swear, 3D printing is very addicting, guys. It's very addicting. There are some things I printed a Weeping Angel from Doctor Who. There's a lot of like mindless stuff, like you can make your own little Nerf blaster. I mean, whatever you're looking to do. Now, let me actually hide this for a second. So I 3D printed this. This is an insert for the ghost trap for the tuna box. This was a prototype. Well, I didn't design this, someone else designed it, but this is my first attempt at printing. Now, the person who designed this, Brittany Monreal, you can find her prints on Thingiverse and many other platforms. These are all separate pieces. I use some gold sparkle filament. Looks amazing. These little tubes right here, they are printed all as one solid piece. Now there is another version of this that I'm going to be printing where you can actually put an LED light inside. So I'm going to be doing that in the future. But there's tons you can just search this. This is among many sites. I actually printed my wife a Detroit Lions. That's a Megafig. Not a minifig, but a Megafig. You can customize them. You can do just about anything and everything you want. Let's see here, Megafig. Ooh, I could do Philadelphia Eagles. Ooh, I could print that for a Super Bowl. Wear that around my neck. There you go. It's a thing you can do. Now, for those who are action figure collectors, yeah, you can print your own stands. Like if you're a Ninja Turtles fan, I can print Ninja Turtle figure stands, which is definitely on my list here. I've printed these NECA stands and they work perfectly. They work perfectly. You can print these out yourself. You can print them in any colors. I'm planning to print purple, blue. I've already printed red for Raph, and I'm going to print an orange one so I can have colored fig stands for each of the turtles. So I'm working on that as well. I mean, there really isn't anything you can't print nowadays. I could print a lightsaber if I wanted. We could print the stand. You know, you guys probably seen me talk about the Deadpool guns I printed for my wife early last year. There's tool type devices. There's so much you could print in here. It's not even funny. If you want diorama pieces, that's right. Diorama, not diorama. So look at all these little dio pieces I could 3D print right here. Like decaying buildings. Let's say you have a 6 or a 7-inch figure like McFarlane. You could print this. You can print these as different pieces. Like I think there's 3 or 4 different pieces, and then put them together. You can paint them, and you have a single figure or like a 2 or 3 figure dio piece right there. It's insane what you can actually do with these. And because I have the AMS unit, I can print them in different colors. We can print. I see here's a different version of the first one I showed you. There's Ninja Turtle stuff. There's like these, there you go. We could print just tons of stuff. I could resize the parts, do anything and everything. It's amazing what you can 3D print nowadays. Garages, you want Lego stuff, you want Hot Wheels, you want Star Wars. Now, I am on the hunt for the Christopher Reeve Superman. So if anyone sees the Christopher Reeve Superman, please do me a favor and message me. Because there's this dio piece I want to print. I think this would look killer for the Christopher Reeve Superman. Kind of crazy, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Guys, it is almost 10 o'clock. I started a little bit late, and I started earlier than I normally do. I did start around like 8:15. Next week, I am looking at possibly starting back at the normal time, 9 o'clock. I hope everyone had a great time. Guys, next week, we are going to do an unbox of a hot toy for sure. Also, if any of you guys ever want to come on, the stream is always open. And by the way, I know I've already talked about the Outer Dimension podcast, but don't forget this Friday at 10:30ish on the Outer Dimensions podcast channel. Please join Dre and Dave as we talk about all things chaotic. I believe this week we are dealing with, we are going to be focusing on Poltergeist, both the original and the remake. So stay tuned for that unless things change. Also, every Thursday night around 8:15ish p.m. Eastern, join Hey Archer for Nerd Affiliated, hanging out with Archer on Thursday nights. And guys, again, I want to mention, please check out the video description below. We have links because there's a very awesome cause for a buddy of the channel and of the community known as Just Jeff. Just Jeff's emotional support animal, his dog Dobby, is going through pancreatitis right now, and it's a very, very expensive bill. He has a GoFundMe going on right now, so if you guys feel charitable, if you can, please consider donating to it, or at the very least sharing it on your social medias to get the word out there. We have both the link to his video announcing 24 hours for Dobby, where he'll be giving away prizes along with many other channels that are helping him support this initiative. And also, there's the link to the GoFundMe. So please consider going to there and checking it out, guys. But guys, until next time, guys, you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. Actually, before I do, I want to thank all of you guys. We have broke over 900,000 views. So thank you guys very much. Some people might think that that's not that big of a deal. For me, it is. I'm just a crazy Irish Pollock who loves Ghostbusters, loves Marvel, loves everything. And you guys have welcomed me into your hearts, into your communities. You guys have watched my videos. You've hung out with me as I just rambled on chaotically. And you guys just been a big family. You've been a big extension. And I can't thank you guys enough. And we're on the road to 1 million views. 1 million views? Is that even a thing? And again, guys, Ride for Roswell is going to happen this year. I'm hoping a lot of you guys will want to participate with Stream for the Cure. It's going to be an open stream as always. I'm looking for a few people who might want to help co-host. And when I say co-host, you would actually be taking over for an hour, where you would just kind of take over the channel, because I'm planning to do a 24-hour stream. Can you guys believe it? 24 hours. We're going to do a 24-hour stream, and we're hoping to raise a lot this year for Ride for Roswell, for Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Institute. But guys, if you want to, just let me know in the comments section below, or message me at Daves_Dimension on Instagram, or email me at davesdimension78@gmail.com. But guys, until next time, you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. Keep on busting. And I'm always going to catch you guys on the flip side. Take care.
Step into Dave's Dimension so wild. Dre and Dave hit it hard in the dark.